What's that? Oh, you're recording it now?
Perfect. Okay.
Perfection.
Now I need to make sure this isn't talking twice.
That there's a no, what is that called? Reverberation or something?
Okay, I'm not. Okay, perfect. So I just have myself up there. I'm logged in on my phone and here, which is fine because I can still use my phone for other stuff. I just wanted to
Okay.
record it. Okay, so I do the four things. I post, I message, I follow up, I build my network. So
Right,
for posting, I use the app. It's called Hootsuite.
right.
And then I go in after I click that little, like right when you open up Hootsuite, that little bottom thing,
Mhm.
and I will make a post. So I'll put like A, B, and C. Like I know that I need to do life post, product post all day. And sometimes for me, because I've been in it so long, I do more life posts than I do product posts just because
I noticed
I
that.
have done my fair share. Like people know that I'm selling it now for the most part. And I do so many messages. I get like majority of my business from messaging. So but for you doing this purpose, like I would do more product posts and life
For
posts
right now.
that your initial customers, etc. So yeah. Um, okay, so I'd go in here and I'd be like, okay, I'd paste my caption so it opens up to look just like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you click the post to button, I have my Facebook saved and my Instagram.
Okay.
I always set it to just post to Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
but the app notifies you. So it sends you a notification. It says your post is ready. So I can choose
Right.
whatever time. Like if I'm like, okay, I wanted to go out at two o'clock in the afternoon, this post should go. And you can book them out to like next year, basically. Like you can make all of
Right.
your posts in ahead of time. So it'll go off and it'll notify you. So that's the thing. It doesn't automatically post for you. It's just a place for them to be saved. So it saves you time. So
So you
I
have to physically
preset,
go in.
yeah, so I preset all of my posts for the next day that night.
Mm.
So I that's what I use for this. And then so what I was telling you today is don't automatically link your Facebook and your Instagram because when you upload a picture, like it saves time in theory, but because of Facebook algorithms, it's not your Facebook post is not getting um
Seen as much.
seen as much, yeah. So plus it bundles the pictures. So like you
Right,
have
you were
two
saying.
pictures side by side and people just like it, but they're not really liking one or the other post. So you can't message them because you don't know what post that they intended to like. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, unless they go in it and specifically click on it.
Yes, but people don't ordinarily do that. That's the
If
problem.
it's
And when
bundled,
you're
yeah.
scrolling, the captions don't pop up. It just
Mhm.
bundles them and says like puts them in an Instagram photos album. So I
An
just
album,
avoid
yeah.
doing that.
Yeah.
So that's what I do for my posts. So then
Okay.
the other reason I do that is because you get like, it shows you like what you have set. So like I already have something set to go out on December 1st, but since I just started working like in my power hour time, I didn't preset post yet, but I would do that later. But then this is like your whole publisher and it'll tell you if you have more posts like set up and you can see them and be like,
Right.
okay, I know I have a post set at 9, 11, 3:30, 5. I'm good for tomorrow. And then then it just notifies you because then you don't know what your day could entail.
Right.
And you could have one catastrophe after another, or a busy day at work or a busy day with your son or whatever the case is, so this notifies you to be like, okay, at least I'm getting that part of my business done for today. Posts are out, they're made, I'm golden. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I do for that. So the second thing is
Right.
obviously messaging. So
Right.
I now you set all your posts up, like all your posts are out for the day.
Right.
So I message all of the people who like my photos the next day. So
Mm-hmm.
like if all of my photos, for all the photos that I post today, I'll message all the people that like them tomorrow, and then so on and so on, because I give people a full day to like the picture, because you don't know how many times it's going to retrend through the news feed or whatever. So if I just, and then I don't want to look like pathetic or desperate that like
Like,
if I
hey,
just yeah, like you literally just like my picture and then I'm sending you a DM, you know? Like
right,
people are gonna be like, what the hell? I don't even know what you're talking about. You're coming on too strong. Like so I give, 24 hours.
right,
And that's plenty of time. And then sometimes it could be longer because if I post a picture in the morning and I'm messaging them the following night, like that's
right.
like a almost 48-hour period. That's plenty of time.
Yeah,
And then my messages are very, very plain Jane, just, hey, thanks for the love. I always thank them because at the end of the day, you still want them to give your posts attention
right.
because that's how it's seen by other people. So I thank them for the love on the post. I say, did you want any more information about blah, 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 blah? Whatever the case is, I keep it general. I don't even like to get product specific in my messages because I don't want them to have liked me with the picture holding greens, but they could have been interested in the wraps. And then I'm making it product specific and they're like, no, thanks, I don't want the greens. And I just lost an opportunity for them to tell me they thought about the wraps. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I send those messages that I sent you, just the four
Yeah, I think you
customers.
sent me four. I got to find a way to like get them all together because I don't, because you were messaging me on Messenger and then text messaging and something else. So I have to like just make sure I have it. I have a notebook that I've been writing everything down on.
Okay.
So I pretty much have everything I think that you said. But I got to find the extra one. I think you texted it to me or something. And that was part of the question that I had. Let me just see if I can open it up.
Okay.
I think it was in here. Um, no, maybe you sent it via Messenger. I don't remember. It was such a busy day. Hmm. Okay, this last one. Oh, I see. I see. I see. Okay. Okay, you sent me two and then you sent me three. So you sent me five. And those are the ones that when people like my messages or my photos, those are the ones you just kind of pick and you send it out. Like, let me see. Okay, and what happens now? Like in some of these, you're saying 90-day challenge, 40% discount, so on and so forth. Um, hold on one second.
Okay.
Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. So now let's say, what was the message? You said something about the 90-day challenge.
Hmm.
That pretty much that conversation. So you were saying when there's like four customers that you have within the month, I would send you that sort of conversation between that person who I piqued their interest, they're interested in purchasing or something like that. I send that to you, and then what happens after that?
Oh, well, no, what I was saying was, what the crap? Interesting. So, um, Oh, okay. So when I make my posts, there's always like an added, like some sort of thing at the bottom, like,
Right.
the next two people are going to save $20. The next two people are going to save $20 and they're going to get some product credit back, blah, 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 blah. Like these are all things that happen within that loyal customer deal. It's just like that extra, like, instillness of urgency that you're trying to get through to them. Like,
Right.
um, hey,
How
like,
do I know what to say when with regards to that?
you can literally say whatever you want because it doesn't matter. You're never going to be capped out on people to offer deals to. You're never going to be um, restricted to anything. It's just, I mean, the prices, obviously, they have a 40% discount when they become a loyal customer. That's normal. They get 10% back in product credit when they become a loyal customer. That's normal.
How would I know that they're a loyal customer?
They
You
have to
said you said
become one.
after 3 months. After
They
three
would
months.
be, yeah. So
And
that's
I would
when
see
they,
them somewhere?
what?
I would see them like on some sort of platform or something. Is that the e-suites?
They sign up as a loyal customer when they order from you, and then they do the 3 months.
Oh,
Yes, so
okay.
they become a loyal customer. If they're already a loyal customer, then that means they order from another distributor, and they're
And
moot.
that's okay?
No, because if they're already a
Huh.
loyal customer, then they already have a portal and they already have a setup, and somebody else is already helping them. It's only okay for them to start ordering from you if that other distributor quit, if they had a falling out, if they don't work anymore, if they lost touch, whatever the case is, then they could switch over and become a new loyal customer, but still they have to become a new one with you starting over with the 3 months.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. What I was saying about sending it to me was just sending me screenshots if you need help, if you need to get walked through
How to
any
respond.
sort of response, like, oh yeah, thanks Bridget for the message, like what kind of products do you have, and then I would like walk you from there, like, okay, send this, okay, now offer them this because of A, B, and C.
Right.
So that's what I meant for that situation, but it's nothing like for life, just while you're getting the hang of having conversations and products to offer and things like that.
Gotcha. And what are the what level are you at now? And what are the levels? Like, how does that part work? Because I know you were
So
saying it was Ruby and
yeah, so I'm a diamond and I'm charted for triple. So there's
what is that and
distributor.
how does that work?
Yep, there's distributor, executive, ruby, emerald, diamond, double diamond, triple diamond, presidential diamond, and an ambassador diamond. So they go all the way up, and they have obviously different pay scales, but they're average incomes. You could honestly be a distributor making a ruby paycheck, depending on how your chart ends up falling. But
What do you
if
mean
you
by that?
go into if you go into your e-suite and then document library and then training and business building,
Hmm.
all of the charts will pop up there, but just take it one level at a time. So your next chart would be an executive chart, and your chart is what you want to focus on when you begin building a team, because your chart is going to be filled with distributors that will be underneath of you.
Hmm.
So they'll be like people that you enroll to do the business.
Right.
That's who you attract from doing life posts. I'm sorry, I'm so tired. I should have had a
No, I
coffee.
am too. I'm
Um,
exhausted.
yeah, same. That's how you attract people from your life posts.
Right.
And then,
Oh.
but so you want, like, that's what I was saying, just focus for now on getting the hang with customers. So
Hmm.
get your first 5 customers, and then after you get your first 5 customers, you'll be golden, because it's that, like, then it's like the excitement will never die when you sign up a customer. People like wait for it to happen. It never does. I still get excited when I have a customer sign up.
Right.
So when you get your first 5, it's going to be like so easy and so simple to scream this business from the rooftops, and then it just like escalates. So
Right.
once you get the hang of the products and you see the results, you talk to the team and you see people getting all these things, it gets easier and easier and easier to just never shut up about it, like
Right.
literally. And then that's when you start attracting those people for distributors for your team, because you're just like spitting positivity out of every orifice of your body, and people are like, you know what, that looks fun, like I need that too, and I need money, and I want that friendship, like,
Right.
and then that starts to build naturally. So yeah.
Gotcha. That sounds awesome. So
Yeah.
at what point do you have to start building a team?
You
And what's
don't
the
have
purpose of?
to. You
Oh,
literally never have to. It's just I always kind of, I guess, for lack of a better word, instruct shooting for a team after you've gotten your first 4 to 5 customers and you're like confident and you're good with posting, because then you basically make the decision for yourself. Like, are you comfortable training somebody, essentially? Like,
mhm.
it doesn't have to be like in depth, because we do have the team pages and the team chat, which I still have to add you into, but you're still on the team page. So there's a whole bunch of leadership on there. And if you enrolled somebody, I could help train them with you. So it's never like it would fall to your shoulders until you got very comfortable. But at least when you get those first 4 to 5 customers out of the way, you kind of already gain a sense of confidence, and then
Right.
it builds from there. So it gets easier.
It gets easier.
Yeah.
And I would say the next question that I have is the cold messaging.
Mhm.
I almost got a little too overwhelmed with, and this is also because I've had a busy day and I'm like not running on a lot of sleep. So I know
Mhm.
that that's an added, not bonus, but it's added to it. So I got a little
Yeah.
confused as to kind of where to start.
Okay.
Do I start on Instagram? Do I start on Facebook? And how do I find these people specifically? Like, I don't know. How do I find them?
Yeah.
Like I have an idea, but I
Just
don't know how to do it.
from your people. So
You said start on Facebook.
no, I actually
No.
rarely message on Facebook.
Because I was going to say, because those people, I know they're not going to buy from me. They're like people I went to high school with that I've messaged some of them before and they don't message me back. So, you know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
like,
I
they're,
don't usually work on Facebook. Well, I work on Facebook as far as like posting and stuff like that,
yeah,
because I still do get messaged on Facebook, but I don't cold message on Facebook.
I
I make
wouldn't.
my likes on Facebook, but that's about it.
Okay.
What I do on Instagram is for,
Let me just write this down.
okay, I'm gonna actually finish this thought that I had.
Okay.
Um, okay, so in Instagram, you go to where I follow is I use, no, they have to be following you. So on your exact page, if I could zoom on, the
Mhm.
followers number, not who
Yeah.
you're following, but the followers.
Right.
And then you open them, and I literally scroll all the way to the bottom. And I
Oh,
and I work my way up. And I
and
do
message.
about 50 to 100 a day. Well, I do 100 now, almost every single day, but 50 if I have like some crazy busy day ahead of me, or like whatever the case is.
You
Or
said
like
that takes 50 to, 100. You said 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That takes 45 minutes for you?
roughly, because it's super easy, because I have the same message copied, and I just like, okay, person A, open them up, click messenger, send it, exit out, go back to my person B, send it. It's just like, it's so quick. And then even if people respond to me while I'm doing this, I just leave the messages, and I just like go through it, and I tally too. So I'll like tally as I go. So I know
I was
when I
going to say,
100, unless I get blocked beforehand, because sometimes Instagram will block you, which is fine. It's not a big deal. It kind of like
oh,
makes me feel like excited. They'll block
mhm.
you because it flags it as like spam, so you get blocked for like a couple hours because they think it was an unintentional act. So I just let it go, and then it releases it in a couple hours. And then if it's too late and I don't want to finish the messages, oh well, not a huge deal. But It's kind of
Yeah.
cool when you get blocked because you're like, yeah, I'm doing this so much that Instagram thinks I'm a robot. Like,
Right, right, right. Oh, that's cool. And you said you send those messages, every 20 people gets one message. Then the second group of 20 people gets a different message.
yeah, that's usually I try and switch it up because that's less likely to get me blocked. But I really only do that if like I'm running for like a big bonus and I don't want to get blocked at all.
Yeah.
Then I'll send out different messages. Otherwise, I'll just like send out the same one just to get it over with quickly and like just get the messages
And
out.
those are the messages you sent me on Messenger, right? Like,
Yeah.
hey, sorry to bother you. Okay, cool, cool, cool.
Yep, those. And then the
Awesome.
one that was in your Instagram that meant to send that on. That
Yeah, you
was
sent me one separately. Oh, that was on Instagram. Oh, I was like, wait, where the heck did that?
I
Yeah,
know
that
we kept
one.
talking on different areas.
I'm like, I was trying to follow you, but like doing a million things at once. Oh, it was so funny. And then even before I got down here, this was downloading, and I actually had that freak out moment when I went, grabbed my headphones, came back, and I like freaked out. Like I almost like I kind of tweaked a little bit because there was like shit everywhere, and I'm like the OCD in me had to like clean up before we actually got on this. I was like, okay, okay, now I can breathe. Um, but yeah, now it's clean, so we're good. Okay, and then let's see. So what should my to-do list be for tomorrow? Like,
Okay, wait, hold on. You have
did I skip something?
ADD. You
I
did
do.
because I still want to go over my 4 things, which would have covered messaging,
Oh,
but
oh, oh, I didn't realize. Okay,
you're
cool.
fine. So the messaging,
My bedtime.
which is the messaging likes, and that's what I was saying. Like everything you post today, you message them tomorrow, and that's those
Right.
messages, like keeping it very general. And we obviously already covered cold messaging, so that was going to be the next
Yeah,
part.
that was
Yeah.
on point. Cool.
So already so far, just to give like an idea of time. So setting up all my posts
Mhm.
probably takes me 10 to 15 minutes at most,
Really?
just to set them up. And because a lot of times I might use someone else's post or I might recycle a post from before. I save my scripts and I just keep them like stashed away in, that's the other thing, in Notepad. Start saving
That's
your
what I was gonna say.
scripts.
Okay, cool.
When people ask, you're going to have the exact same conversations hundreds and hundreds of times. So you're going to answer the same questions, you're going to give the same explanations, you're going to offer the same products. It's literally, I write up scripts that are mine, that it's how I talk, it's what I would say if I was going to explain it. I just don't feel like typing it hundreds and hundreds of times because it's so time consuming. I write it once, I save it in a notepad, I put the title of the notepad, explanation of what I do with It Works, explanation of what the wraps do, explanation of the greens. It literally breaks it all down. And somebody asks me, I go back to my notepad, pull it up, send it out. And I do the same thing where I have like life posts. Like if I wrote a really good life post, I'm going to just save it and I'm going to use it again in a week or two because I don't like to make my lifetime consuming. I like to be easy. I know what works. I'm just going to keep doing what works. Not broke, don't break it. Like,
Right. Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah. Don't fix it.
yeah, not broke, don't fix it. There we go.
Yeah,
I
that
was like,
thing.
wait, have I been saying this wrong? Okay, yeah,
Yeah, I think so. It's
I
okay.
might have been.
Yeah.
Um, so yes, so okay, so it takes
Right.
me about, let's say, 15 minutes to make all my posts, and then it takes me about 45 minutes to takes me like 30 to 45 minutes at most to do my cold messages. Most of the time it's just scrolling to the bottom to find where I left off. Sometimes I do other things, like I'll post like an Instagram story and you get like a lot of people that watch the story, and I'll even like use those people to cold message from because it's a shorter list. They're all right there, and then I just open them up, and as long as I haven't messaged them within 30 days, I message them again. So, oh, and this is a cool feature about Instagram. You can't do this with Facebook, but Instagram you can. I'll just open up this. What can I use? Okay, I'll do this. So in Instagram, you can actually, if you see that message like right there,
Right.
so that's my message that I sent. If you hold it down, you get options that say copy and unsend.
Right.
You can actually unsend your own message. and then it's gone.
Oh, wow.
So if I sent somebody a message and they ignored me, well, 30 days later, I'm going to message them again, and I'm just going to unsend the message before and send it all over again. So
That's
I do it
hysterical.
all the time.
Wow. And
So
that's
you can't do it on Facebook, but you can do it on Instagram. So then that way it doesn't look like you've been ignored like 15 times from someone because
right.
you delete the message, and then it's like the first time you message them all over again.
Gotcha. And hit unsend.
You can't unsend their message, but
Right.
you can unsend yours. So yeah,
Got
it works good if you've been ignored.
That is perfect. That is brilliant. I've never heard of that. Awesome.
Okay, so that is the messaging aspect. Okay, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next thing is following up. So
Right.
I use a planner. This is actually a planner that I got from Target. It was on sale for probably $20, and this is a more intense planner because it's actually a day planner. When you go, so like it has like the month of November, and what I do for the month of November, or for the month, like for these pages, I put my goals in the corner here.
Right.
And then I tally them as I go. So I want so many customers. I want so many teammates. I want so much in volume. I want to grow my network by so many people. I want to announce 5 promotions. I have like certain things that I want to do. So I like to visualize them, and then I use the month to write down when I signed up people. Because I like to see it. I like to see everybody in front of me, and I like to know how my month is going, how much more work do I need to do, how much more time left do I have to hit my goals. That's what I like to see.
Mm-hmm.
And then on these, so each page in this binder is its own day. So it's kind of crazy. So an older binder that I had was just like, had week, like this whole page would be like 1 week. This is like literally November 1st, November 2nd. So it's a little bit more intense.
Yeah.
This was the first binder or planner that I've ever had like this. I was super excited because
that looks
I'm
amazing.
like a planning fanatic.
Right.
So what I do with my follow-ups, this is going to be weird. So good thing I'm recording this because I'll send this training to you as well, and I'm also sending it to someone else. Okay, so what I do is if I talked to somebody on November 1st, to make it easy, I would follow up with them in 3 to 5 days. So I would do November 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Okay, so now I go to November 4th, and let's say I talk to you on November 1st. I would write them in for November 4th. Mm-hmm. And they have, so what I do with the spaces, it has like lines in all of here. So these are all people that I followed up with on this day.
Right.
And I message them all. And all I do when I follow up with someone is I would just say like, hey girl, did you have any other questions for me that I could help you with? And that's it. That is my whole follow-up message. And then sometimes if I've already talked about price with them, I'll just add one extra sentence at the end and say like, or are you ready to start this business? Or I'll say, or are you ready to start your challenge and start hitting those goals? Just something like extra if we've already discussed price. But I just like to pop in and be like, hey, did you have any questions? Because honestly, 3 days go by, somebody could have been pondering it and wondering, and you just popping in and saying, hey, can I help you with any other questions? And then now this is November 4th. I message them on November 4th. And then 5th, 6th, 7th, I write them in for the 7th. I go back on November 7th. If they ignored me, I just unsend the message before and send it again. And I do this every 3 days until they have ignored me for a full month. So so that's good because follow-ups, it takes somebody, what they say is it takes somebody 12 touches, 10 to 12 touches before they actually buy something. So, that's usually like in a month period, if you figure like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Yeah, that's 10 times in a month that you're following up with someone. Wow, 10 times 3. That could have been a lot fucking easier.
That's all
Anyway,
right. It's
okay.
almost 10:30 at night,
Yeah,
so
fair
it's
enough. We'll go with that.
okay.
Okay, so you're basically already guaranteeing yourself that you've messaged them 10 times. And it doesn't look crazy because you unsend the message and all you're doing is asking them if they have any other questions. You're really
Right.
just trying to help them. And if they're interested once, they're interested for life. Like it never,
Really?
yeah. There's always nobody wonders about a product and suddenly is no longer interested unless of course they have an allergy, they can't have it because of A, B, and C. But even if they say like, oh, I don't believe in this product, they're gonna end up wondering. If you're still sitting in this position talking about the same products, they will come back, because I've been doing this for 2 years and I have seen it with my own eyes. Every person, whether it takes them a year, a month, 10 days, they always come back. Always.
Right.
Okay, so now after I've had 30 days of silence, then I put them into my sales book, is what I call it.
Right.
It's just a notebook. It's nothing other than a notebook. There's just nothing but lines in here, just like normal.
Right.
But what I do with this book, oh, and this is for a good example to show you actually. This is a great page actually. I'll use this one. So this is my sales book. So what I do is if after 30 days somebody ignores me, I put them in this book and they stay here until I'm desperate for a promotion, like I'm going for a big bonus, and then I'll message everybody in here just to check on them and see how they've been, because once you're my potential, you are always my potential. That is how I see it.
Really?
So they stay,
That's cool.
yeah, so they stay in this sales book.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I sign them, I highlight them. Or if I lost their Instagram name or they changed it, I put a line through them. So I cross them out. So you can see here, I mean, I have this entire book is filled with people. Well, you can't really, it's hard to see. So it does happen that people will like ignore you, you know.
Yeah.
It happens to everybody. It happens forever. But I keep track of everybody and I put them into that book. So then I know, like, look, like Black Friday's coming up. We're probably going to have a BOGO for wraps. I'm going to message every single person in there who I have talked about wraps with. So that's what I do. I put their name, whether it be Instagram name or full name, and then I put what we talked about. And then next to them, you'll see like, okay, I messaged them twice for 2 other sales and like whatever it is, like all of these. Okay, I messaged this person once. And I just do that like just to, because I feel like, you know what, if somebody was a little bit hesitant because of price, or they are a little bit hesitant wondering if it works, usually sales, discounts, and BOGOs give somebody that little push that they need just to do it, because they're getting more bang for their buck, you know? So they're like, okay, yeah, I'll take advantage of it while this is here. So I never want to miss out on messaging somebody. So yeah, that's what I do for there. Okay, so that's what I do for my follow-ups. So every
I'm sorry, I'm paying attention. I don't want you to think that I'm looking away. I'm writing this down.
Yeah, I can totally.
I'll forget all of this.
You are fine.
Okay. Yeah, because right now all I have is positive vibes notebook right here. That's about it. But I'm gonna go to Staples tomorrow and grab I think I'm still gonna use this notebook just for, I guess this could be my sales book.
Yeah.
And then I'll get a really good day planner.
Yeah. The planners are easier because you can go to that date. And then like, you know, if somebody said to you like, okay, I get paid on Friday, I'm going to go in and so instead of doing the 3-day rule, I'll just go write them in for Friday and I'll put a star next to their name. And I'll make sure like even if I'm having a crazy busy day and I'm not going to get to my follow-ups till later, I'll still look in my planner and be like, okay, no, but she wanted to order today. Today was her day. I'm going to message her in the morning, and then we're going to get this taken care of throughout the day. And then I'll do the rest of my follow-ups and worry about the other people later. But I prioritize who gives me a specific date. So that's what I do with my follow-ups. So now that is posting, messaging, following up, and building network is the most fun and the most simple and most mindless part of this job. So for building our network, my easiest thing is on Instagram. Facebook is a little bit more broad. I usually do like friends of friends, or I add like potentials, or like if I see like a sponsored post, I'll add the people that liked it, especially if like it's a post that you can tell a lot of girls are going to like it, whether it be like a mom related post or something. I add a lot of people from there.
Right.
But on Instagram, what I've been doing is, okay, so what I do is so this is like the search screen, like normal here.
Right.
And I click the search bar, so it opens up like people, but I usually go to places. So I click the places tab, and then I do near my current location. And the only reason I personally do that is because I want to build a team more locally to me, because I want to meet people, and this is like a good way to do that. So I want to do it near me, but you can sit here and type in nearby. I used to do, for a while, my goal was to have a distributor in every state. So I would start searching like State University of Oregon. Like people think that this business is so, what's the word, like there's too many people that do it. Saturated. There we go. They think it's so saturated, but I talk to so many people on a daily basis that have no clue what the heck this business is, like all the time. They're like, the most that I get is, yeah, I think I've seen you post about it a couple of times, or yeah, you guys have like the hair, skin, and nails, or like something like, oh,
I didn't know what it was.
Exactly. Like there's so many people think, oh, it's saturated, but it's usually just because they see one person on their feed that posts a good amount. And then they suddenly, and it's like when you're car shopping, oh my God, I want a Honda Civic. And then they're like, oh, I'm so glad nobody drives this car. And then you leave the lot and 87 cars are like on the road. You're just like, where the fuck did all you people come from?
Right.
It's literally that kind of mindset. So I personally want to build my network here. So I do near current location, and then like it tells me like places that are near me. So I could go to, Mo Moons. That's where I was at the other day. We had drinks out on the beach. I already added from this girl. Okay. So now it pops up with like top posts and then most like recent. So I'm like, okay, well, this is a really pretty picture. Let's open this one up. And it has 66 likes on it, which isn't a good amount, but either way, it's a guy. So I go back. Let's see. Let's pick a good one. I guess Randy could be a girl. Okay, so they look like they're drinking alcoholic drinks. So I always want to make sure they're at least over 18. So usually alcohol's my go-to because they're 21 and they're at a bar. Mm-hmm. So, okay, so this girl's here. She's out having drinks. She's got 71 likes, which is a good amount. And I will literally just open the picture of likes, and I'll just go down and start adding all of the girls. And I just do this, and I add all of the girls, and I do this probably for about 5 minutes. I usually clock myself. So usually in 5 minutes, you can follow like a fuckload of people, like a lot of people. And I do this maybe twice a day, maybe more. Sometimes I do it when I pee. Like if I'm peeing, and I used to do it when I was at work and I worked in an office. Like I basically drank water like it was my job. So I peed almost every hour, and I would go sit in the bathroom. I would do my business, and I would sit in the bathroom for an extra 2 minutes, and I would just sit there and add a bunch of people, because you can do that. You just like go down the line and add everybody. And then as they request you back, you just peep on their page a little bit, see that they're not a distributor, that they're not with another health company, they're a girl. Well, girl and guy. I mean, I don't accept guys. I let guys follow me, but I don't follow them back because it's not like our main focus. All of our products are gender neutral, but it's like, you know, most.
most of the people that are going to be super interested in either doing this or purchasing from one of us is a girl, which
Yeah,
is
exactly.
the reality.
hmm So,
Wait, can you see me by the way?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I made it bigger and then I took away the smaller little, gallery boxes. So I
Yeah.
can't see myself at all. So I'm like, I wonder if she could see me.
Yeah, I
It
can
says
see
talking, Bridget Negron. I was like, what the heck?
um la 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 la. I lost my train of thought.
So you were talking about doing your business, sitting on the toilet, and then like
Yeah.
adding.
So basically it's just a quick, easy way to build your network in that sense. Um oh, and then when like people add you back, oh yeah, so you want to make sure that they're not a distributor, not with another health and fitness company. So like I let people who do Unique or Monat or a couple other companies, but if they're like there's like Arbonne or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I know those people. I know
Yeah.
two girls that do that.
They have like some
Arbonne.
health products, yeah, something like that. They have health products, and I think they have a skincare line too. So I block them. I don't let any It Works distributors follow me who aren't on our team. Um, I've
Why
had
is
too
that?
many, I've had too many instances where distributors were poaching my potentials. Like I would make a post, and they would start messaging the people that liked my post. Yeah. So I have major trust issues. I've caught two girls and reported them and had their accounts froze for it because we are very it's a very
Competitive.
moral based company where it's very like it's a Christian based company and it's very moral. So like it's you just don't do that, like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
there are billions of people in this world. Do not deliberately try and take someone else's. It's just wrong.
Right, right, right.
Um but yeah,
But
so
unless we're on the same team.
yes.
Oh, okay.
because
I was like,
because
wait,
like if you add like obviously I'm your mentor always.
right.
Anybody else under like within like our team, like who you'll see on a daily basis, you can add them, and they'll leave it up to their discretion if they want to add you, because it could be the same thing. Like I have one girl, her name is Lucy, for an example. Like Lucy may have had other distributors poach her potentials, and now she's weary of anybody that's not in her own downline. So she might not accept your friend request. But
So how do I know who's on our team?
well, anybody in the Diamond or Bust page, that's our team, and anybody in our team chat, which I haven't personally added you into yet. I'll probably do that tomorrow since it's kind of late now.
Yeah.
And then that's like a group chat, and you'll see everybody in there as well. So,
Okay. And that's
um,
on Messenger?
yes,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
And then the Facebook groups, and then the Diamond or Bust is a Facebook group that you like just can search into your tab. It's a secret group, but I added you in.
Right.
I added you in yesterday or today, whatever day you
Today.
joined.
Today.
Yesterday.
Oh, yes. Oh, okay. Well, I saw it today.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah. And then, so when you first started, how much were you realistically making? Like, how does that like work? Like, and be real with me.
hmm my first paycheck was 150, and then I had made
Consistently after that, what did it look like?
it usually grew by almost doubles. Well, it went from like 150 to well, okay, so I joined on October 29th of 2015. So I didn't sign any customers from the 29th until like the 2nd of November. So it was about 5 days before I signed my first customer, right? 29, 30, 31, 32, 32, what the fuck? 20, 29, 30, 31, first, second. Okay, so on the second, I signed a customer. So yeah, 5 days after joining. So how we're paid is we're paid on the 15th of every month for the business done prior. So obviously I didn't make any sales in October, so I didn't get a check in November. So my check was for a full month's work in December. So I got paid $150. $150 for all of my commissions in November. Yes, in November. But I also made 3 bonuses because there were different incentives that were happening at the time. So I made 3 $100 bonuses that were paid on the Friday that I earned them. And then I also got the shopping spree. So
What is all
we
this?
What?
Where will I learn about all this? Because I'm a
Well, these were happening at the time, like
oh,
back 2 years ago. So they had like a bonus running in that time. Well, actually, they're kind of doing something similar right now. And then I also got the shopping spree. So right now they have, for every 5 customers you sign, you get $100 bonus. And your first 4 customers you get in your 30 days, you get $100 shopping spree. So you can use that $100 to put towards any product that you want, or a
right.
product or apparel or anything.
Apparel.
Yeah, we have clothes.
Oh, I gotta check it all out. I
Everything.
brief, I glimpsed at it. Is that what it's called? I just
Yeah.
really quickly. I was like, okay,
If you also go into eSuite, there's at the very top, another thing is the training academy. Those have a lot of videos that they're all recorded by corporate. Those are really good to
Oh,
have
okay.
too.
Where is that? eSuite?
Yep, in your eSuite, and it's in the top options, and it's called
Yeah,
Training Academy. Definitely.
top
Um,
corner. Training Academy cut. Yeah, Academy. I figure I have one more week left of work because I put in my 2 weeks. What was it, Friday? And then this week,
okay.
with Thanksgiving, we have 4 days off. And then I work Friday, this Saturday, and all of next week, Tuesday to Saturday, which is my regular schedule. But so I don't know how next week's going to go.
Mhm.
But my idea, because today was my perfect example, at least to myself, of what it would normally look like even after that week. So I'm
Yeah,
during the morning time up until about 2, Grayson gets out at like 2:45. I'll work on this business,
yeah,
because I don't have anything to do.
yeah.
And then he'll come home from school. I'll do whatever, and then I
Slave
can,
mom?
right.
Yeah. He working in the mines?
Gosh, yeah, right. He's picking cotton. But and then I can drive. But ultimately, like, my goal, and then in between, then whenever I get asked to do hair and makeup, that's my goal, is to just kind of be able to do hair and makeup, obviously, but then stop Ubering so that I can do both this and do my hair and makeup
Yeah.
together. Because this,
Well, I mean,
honestly, this makes sense for me to do together.
yeah.
You know?
Well, with your schedule, I mean, yeah, setting out a schedule is perfect, but if you break down like okay, so that's what I was saying before. So it takes me 45 minutes. Let's
Yeah.
do maximum time for everything that I do. But it takes me
Yeah.
45 minutes to send out 100 messages. Obviously, even right now, you don't have enough followers to do 100 messages a day because you'd be done in like a day. Well, I don't know how many followers you have yet. You know?
On the page that I started, it was going to be my real estate page, but I don't think I'm doing real estate. I'm just not going to I'm not interested in it. I think I have just under 200 followers. And
Okay.
that was not trying, by
Yeah.
the way. That was
Okay.
just posting 3 pictures.
Yeah. So with that, so you want to make sure that you obviously build that like rapidly. You'll start to notice a big jump in business when you get over 1,500 followers. That's like usually
Yeah.
like the breaking point, and then you'll always build it up from there. So with you having just 200, I'd
Not
say
even.
25 to 30 a page. 25 to 30 a day.
Cold
Like a
messaging?
cold message. Yep.
Okay.
25 to 30, and it would just start you getting from the bottom up, and then you can keep adding people every single day, so you don't want to run out of people to
Well,
message.
that's what I was thinking. If I'm adding people consecutively that I see what you're saying. I can't really cold message until I have friends.
Yeah,
I can
so
cold
you
message
want to
with
start
people.
from like
Yeah.
the bottom. So if you did 30, or if you did 25 a day, that would be a little over a week. You'd finish out 200 people. So you want to make sure, as much as you're messaging 25 a day, you're adding just as fast. But
So I
people,
should
I
add
mean,
like double.
yeah. And I mean, add until it stops letting you add people. Just keep going. Just keep building it. Doing that is like
Yeah,
your
I
focus.
think I was gonna say, I think for the first 2 weeks, the remainder of this week, next week, considering next week I still have to go back to work,
Hmm.
that should be my main focus.
Yeah, definitely doing that, and then still doing some basic posts. And because
Yeah.
the people that are on there are going to start to get used to seeing them. And that's that like big hump that you have to get over, is those initial posts, getting comfortable with your rhythm, how you like to word things, what times work best for you. But so with so let's say it takes you, when you get the rhythm of things, it took you 45 minutes to cold message. Let's say you're messaging 100 a day. So now you message 45 people. You had to set all your posts up for the next day, because even though you have a morning that's free, you just want to make sure it's done and out of the way. So you have your 15 minutes that it takes to set all of your posts up. Or, I mean, if you drop Grayson off at school and that's the first thing you want to do is set your posts for the day, you can do it that way. Just making sure they're done and you don't even have to think about them. It's going to tell you when to post them out. Perfect. So that's 1 hour of your business. Follow-ups. I limit myself to doing no more than 25 a day, because that's how many lines are in a day on my day planner. So I do it that way so I don't have, so like, so this is like,
what the heck did I write?
So in here, there's these lines through. So it's only like one page.
Right.
There's 25 or 27 lines or something. And I just fill those up. And that's it. And I don't do any more that day unless I've filled it all up and then somebody says, oh, I want to order on that day. Then I'll write them next to it and I'll just put a little asterisk, because I know that that's important that they pick that day. But I don't like to overwhelm myself, so I only do 25 follow-ups every single day. And sending out these 25 follow-ups, I clocked myself one time for the purpose of helping someone else. It took me 22 minutes, and that was it. So with no distractions, if I'm just like in my phone and name, search them up, send, copy and paste, send it out, do it, blah, 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 whatever, it literally takes me 20 minutes. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, it takes 30. So now that's an hour and a half. That covers my messaging, or my cold messaging. Oh, I have to do messaging likes. Okay. So cold messaging, posting, 30 minutes into doing my follow-ups, and then building my network is the fourth thing. But building your network, you can follow like 500 people in a couple minutes.
It's probably the fastest thing you can do, because it's just
so it's literally just like scrolling down, like, okay, here's a post that a lot of girls like. I used to do like David's Bridal. Like that was a good a good page that I went on. You can do like Women Who Love Wine. That's another one. There's a freaking page called Bitches, and like thousands of people follow these pages. And they're
where are these pages, on Facebook or
Instagram?
Instagram. I was gonna say the Facebook groups I probably would never do.
Yeah. So
I just would never think of it, and it's not that's not what I gravitate towards.
Yeah, it's all Instagram.
Yeah.
And then you just add. I mean, you can, like I said, like it'll take you all of 5 minutes to add a crap load of people. And then messaging likes, which would probably be equivalent to follow-ups. So it'll probably take you, and that's, maybe you'll probably not even get like a crazy amount of likes. So if you post a picture and you get 15 likes, it'll take you a couple minutes to message all those people, So, but let's just say, for the sake of argument, you post 6 pictures, you have a good amount of likes, and it takes you 30 minutes. That's basically all that work is literally only 2 hours.
Right.
So that's and that's everything that you need to be successful, is 2 hours a day. So it's really like so easy to be successful in this business if you just dedicate the consistency that it takes. Like just knowing that follow-ups do need to be done because they're important, and knowing that posting needs to go out because they're important, things like that. So
out of all the people that you follow up with, let's say on a day you did 100, how many people realistically get back to you? And I'm assuming that has changed.
It's really always different, because I could follow up with somebody, I could be on my like 8th follow-up with them, and then they finally answer me. Or they could order on the spot, or they could end up in my sales book and order when a sale pops up, or they could still be in my sales book from, a girl that ordered. So Hair, Skin, and Nails just went on a sale this past weekend, and a girl that I started a conversation with back in February ordered like Saturday.
Wow.
So it really, like, I say this all the time. I'm just like, the only time that you will miss out on a customer and you will fail at this business is if you quit, because people don't work on our time. Like, they want a product when they are ready for it. They want the information, but they want to also know that you're going to be there for them so that they can trust you. And that's where the challenge with distributors comes in. Like, when you start building your team, nobody's going to join with you if they don't even know that you were a fucking distributor. Like, if you've never posted about the business, or if you post like 8,000 memes and then like in the midst of there somewhere has been a post about the business, they're not going to know, and they're not going to trust you. They're not going to think that you're going to help them. They're going to go somewhere else. They might see one post and be like, "Ooh, that's really interesting." And then they'll look to start watching you and see what you do. And then if you're not consistent, they'll just be like, "Well, she's probably not going to be able to help me be successful, so I'm going to go sign with someone else." Because,
Right.
even me, like, I signed with a stranger that I met on Instagram over somebody who I knew that was in this business, because
Really?
because I felt like the person who was a stranger was able to help me, and she was more consistent and actually showing like productivity, whereas the other girl wasn't doing that. And
The girl that you knew.
yeah, and sure enough, that girl quit. So,
Wow. And you've been doing it now for 2 years.
mhm.
That's crazy. Yeah, and it's funny that like things come full circle because I remember me. Oh my God.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
Perfect example.
yeah,
I
you
was like,
always want
no.
to take, when you're thinking of other people who, it's really easy to get discouraged in this business, and it happens
Yeah.
to me, it happens to leaders, happens to everybody, because you
Yeah.
really just feel like eventually you're just being beaten down. But there are going to be moments where you get those aha moments that it's just like, there are better days. That, people have bad days at any job. So you just
Right.
gotta keep on trucking. You gotta put your big
Yeah.
girl panties on, let yourself cry for 5 minutes, and then, time to be a gangster. Like, let's
Right.
fucking do this,
Right.
So it's just, it happens to everybody. But what's it called? Yeah,
I
so when
think I
people
think
get
for me, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, when people get discouraged that somebody isn't ordering, or, they said that they were gonna order on Friday and then they don't, I'm just like, take yourself, for example, in those cases. Like,
Mhm.
did you hear about the business, hear about a product, do all this, and join that same day?
Right.
No. You probably took some time. You probably took a lot of time. You probably took a couple weeks, probably took a couple months, maybe it was a couple years. Like, you don't know, and you don't know what somebody's going through, and then they might not have the money right now on the spot, and then they could be embarrassed to tell you that. So it's really just a lot of like empathy in this business, compassion, and just being somebody's, like, letting somebody like confide in you, and then you just helping them. And
Right.
that's that. What were you going to say?
Um, yeah, I think that the only thing, at least for me, that's still, I have to be honest, still in the back of my head is just being able to make it like make an actual income from it. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? Because I can see how I can get a couple sales, but I don't know why it's like at this moment, because maybe I am so new at it. I don't know that I can see like the long term. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that works. So.
It just comes like, when I
Does
first
it really
started.
happen? Like, are you making good money? Like, you don't have to work?
Nope. I do this full time, and it's my only income, and it's been my only income for a year and a half. I stopped in
Wow.
June of last year.
Yeah, right
Yeah,
before.
2016, before I went to esthetician school.
Right. What
Yeah,
happened with that, by the way?
nothing. I graduated. I have a license. I just haven't. I might. Oh, I have to get it transferred now because I'm living in South Carolina, so I don't even have a South Carolina license. I only have North Carolina, so I have to move it. Um, but well, yeah. So that's what I was gonna say. So when you're so new at this, like, you don't see that vision. Like,
Yeah.
I started this
I just don't
for.
know. know what that looks like is all I'm saying. I think I do see
It's
it. I just
totally normal. When I started, I literally only wanted a couple extra $100. I was working full time. At the time, I was happy at my job. It was when I was working at Zenith and I was doing that 9 to 5 life. And it wasn't until, and I honestly, I was ordering hair, skin, and nails, and I just saw that girl and I was like, you know what? Like, I should just freaking join because I could get the discount and I could still make some extra money and it could just pay for my shopping and it'll pay for the product that I'm already using anyway. So I just reached out to her, ended up joining. And then 2 months later, my manager and I had a wicked bad falling out. And then I was just like, I need to get the fuck out of here. I hate this job. I started like really trying to focus a lot on it works, but I was still busy. I still had that 9 to 5. So I worked as much as I could at night. And then I was pregnant. So I was exhausted. And then I was stressed out. And then eventually I got to June. And Justin and I set a plan. I enrolled in school and I left that job in 8 months. It was like 6 months of working like diligently, wanting to get the hell out of the job. And Justin was like, well, you can't exactly leave because we have a mortgage and you have to kind of just suck it up. And then I just started working like so hard with It Works. I was like, I am getting out of this job. I need to like do this. But so it really wasn't until, I mean, once you start signing customers and getting the hang of things and you get your first distributor, you'll start to see that vision and it will become a little bit like more clear and more appealing to you. Mm-hmm. And then like it's just like fire. Like it literally just you just like up, and then it's just all that hard work just starts to like pay out and you just spiral. And then it makes it like once you're over the hump, it's just like sunshines and rainbows.
How long, and that took you how long to 6 months to really get
well, I
just want to know, I'm sorry to cut you off. I just want to know, because I knew it. I just want to know that within like the next 6 months, like I can make, let me see what's realistic. I want to say 1,000, but I know that's probably not realistic. Like $600.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, 1,000 is
monthly.
Yeah.
Monthly?
You can literally, there's,
well, I guess 1,000 is fine.
Because you can seriously just pick a number and work for it because you can make any freaking number that you literally want. Any number. It will take,
but not a month
and dedication.
Total.
What?
Not a month. I couldn't make 600 a month. You
couldn't?
Yes. I'm asking you.
Oh, of course you can.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to say that next month you'll start making $600, but you can literally do whatever you want. I mean, there's people like the top income earners are probably making $300,000 a month. And then there's like more like, I don't know, it's hard to say like what the company average number would be because the highest rank that of an ambassador averages 36,000 a month. 36,000. 32 or 36,000. That's the highest rank. That's an average though. So once you're ambassador, you can keep making more, but all the ambassadors average out to being about $32,000. And then the lowest rank, which is just a starting level distributor, it's $100 on an average. But there's like, if I think I have the income chart.
Wait, you're still at your house though, right?
No, I'm in Myrtle Beach.
Oh. Wait, you guys moved? I'm confused.
Yeah, we're in the process. Justin is still in Charlotte. He comes
what?
on a long weekend. Yeah, it's a process. It's not like totally finished yet. We're selling the house and then finding a house.
Yeah. Oh, you did say you wanted to move.
Yeah, it's a work in progress. Stressful as ever.
Yeah? Why is it?
I hate moving, and selling my house is just a real pain in the ass.
Yeah,
Um,
we need to catch up. That's crazy.
Ambassadors make 37,000 on average. That's what it is. Okay.
37.
Yeah, 37,000.
Okay.
So a ruby makes 500 on average, and an emerald makes 800 on average. So, but you just got to start with executive and just work your way up, and then you'll just, everything just starts like to spiral.
How does it work out that they're making so much money? Is it because they have a team and they're making money, but like with those
Well,
people?
yeah, once you start to make it, when you build a team, you make a percentage off of your team sales as well. So, and then, so you have all of
That's
your
how they make money.
customers, and then you have your team's customers, and then almost every single person orders as a loyal customer, which they're basically ordering for 3 consecutive months. So, like right now, if the only customers you got were, let's say you got 4 customers this month, and then next month you got 4 customers again. But now next month you're being paid on 8 customers. And then on
Mhm.
the third month you get 4 more customers. Now you're getting paid on 12 customers. And it just starts to build and build
So
and build. So,
wait. Sorry, pause that a second. So
mhm.
what you're saying is that with those 3 months that you have those 4 clients that are purchasing, you're literally getting paid. The second month you're getting paid, or sorry, the third month you're getting paid on 8 clients altogether.
Well, because okay, so let's like if they're loyal customers, they order for 3 consecutive months. So
Right.
in November you signed 4 customers. In December you'd be paid for 4 customers.
Hmm.
But then if in December you signed another 4 customers, that means in January you're going to be paid for 8 customers.
Hmm.
And then in January you sign another 4 customers. In February you're going to be paid for 12 customers. And it's just going to build
Right.
and build, and then you're still enrolling customers, and then now you're
That's
already 3 months in, and your team, you start to get comfortable, so you build a team, and now your team is enrolling 4 or 5 customers, and then they're enrolling a team who's enrolling 4 or 5 customers, and it just like it just builds.
that's what I was wondering. That makes so much more sense. You gave me a clear picture of what
Yeah,
it, because I'm
yeah,
like, how the hell are these people making $37,000 if it's
yeah,
just like one purchase here of
yeah,
$100?
yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
But yeah, so it's like,
Maybe I wasn't asking correctly. Sorry. Okay.
glad I could clarify that.
Yeah. I was like, what the hell? That's
So
cool.
that is why a lot of people call it works a pyramid scheme,
Yeah.
because it is in theory, but everything is. We are focused in a pyramid setup, but so is employees, managers, supervisors, and general managers and everything else. I'm like, okay, well,
Exactly.
I don't think that I could really apply to be the CEO of Best Buy anytime soon, and we sure ain't on the same pay level. So
Yeah.
so that's how it is, because if you think about it, at the end of the day, like you are now in, like, I don't even want to say, for lack of a better term, like my employee, but you're not, because you're still a business owner.
Mm.
But at this point, like, I'm taking time out of my night and out of my business to pour into you and train you and help you.
Right.
But if somebody wasn't going to make some compensation off of that, like, I don't really think that anybody out of the goodwill of their heart would just sit here and train somebody for an hour and a half
Hmm.
who that they wouldn't, make anything off of. And you
Right.
know that I love you, and it's not to say, it's just, it's in any aspect. Like, when I was
Well,
working at
business
Best
is
Buy,
also business too. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
If I walked into Best Buy and my manager was like, hey, we just signed a new girl. I just need you to train her for today. And I'm like, hey, sure. And she goes, oh, but since you're not working, don't clock in. Like, I'd be like, all right, well then bye. I'm not fucking training her and not
Yeah.
getting paid. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
the same concept.
Yeah.
So people make a lot of money because they are doing a lot for the team still. They are still pouring into them and helping them and training them. So it's like their sales are still your sales. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
your first 4 customers, I'm like, hey, send me conversations. Let me help you. Let me teach you until you get up on your own feet. So it's like, that is why they're paid in that structure. It's still why we have
Right.
leadership that way. But it's not to say like there's no ceilings. So the difference with like a pyramid scheme is like you cannot surpass me if we were in a pyramid scheme. Like, you can right now in this business, if tomorrow you just like hit the ground running and took off, you could like promote to double diamond by next month if you fucking wanted to. Like, it would take a lot of fucking work and like probably 12-hour days, but you know what I mean? Like, you could do it. There is no limits. You can make more money than me tomorrow. You can do whatever you want. You're an independent person all on your own. Like, there is no limit. Like, I surpassed my own enroller. So there's no, it doesn't matter. Like, there's no cap. So people just, and that's something you're going to hear a lot. So, like, the more knowledgeable you get about that, it's going to help you, because nobody says anything to me these days, because I will just, well, you know my attitude.
Yeah.
Like, I will just like tell you how it is. Like, and like, I don't like that kind of, I don't like that statement. I don't like that question. It's just so ignorant, and it's just like, go read a damn book, because
About the pyramid scheme?
yeah, it's my most like frustrated thing, because nobody, we don't even have a pyramid scheme. Really doesn't even exist anymore. Basically, what a pyramid scheme would be was if you join this business and you didn't get anything in like, you would just, pyramid schemes like make you like pay money monthly for a subscription for nothing. Like, at least in this case, like, when you join, you pay money, but you buy a kit. And everyone's like, well, why do I have to pay money to work somewhere? Like, well, you're not working for someone, you're owning a business.
Right.
And nobody can name me a business where you don't have an investment. Like, if I wanted to open a boutique down the store, I'm going to need to pay rent. I'm going to have to pay electric. I'm going to have to buy the products that need to go in the store. I'm going to have to pay an employee to go stand at the store. Like, those are all investments. So this investment is $99, and then you do what you want with it. And I'm like, you're misinterpreting business for job. Like,
Right.
you know, I'm not your boss. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I will help you, and I will train you, and I will answer all of your questions. But at the end of the day, I give you the ball, and now it's in your court.
Right.
Whereas a job, I'd be like on your ass. Like, did you get this done? Did you do it? Did you do it? Did you do it? Like, no, I don't give a shit. You do help grow my business. Not, this is you like speaking
Generally?
I'm not like saying you, but you, like, a person will help grow my business, but at the end of the day, like, my business, my responsibility. I'm going to be there to help you, but I'm not going to hold your hand, you know? So, or I'm not going to force your hand.
You're not going to like do it for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or just like be your babysitter. You know, I'm here to help you, not like not force you. Yeah.
Right.
Coach you, not force you.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, I'm going to stop this recording now too, because I think that was like most of, did you have any other questions?
No, that was like, I'm a visual person. That's how I learn. So writing it down definitely helped, and your explanations helped as well. I definitely know it's going to take me a little